morning. Good morning. I'm going to let you guys come in. I'm going to see how YouTube. Oh, let you guys. I was for sure I could quiet that, but okay. Come on in, Sag. Come on in. Sagittarius, we're going to go ahead and get started with your reading. We're going to start with how you are feeling today. Okay, how your day is going to go today. Now, I have a completely different deck here. I have the green cards. I haven't used these cards in a long time. It's been a while since I've used these. So we're going to go ahead and get into it. We're going to get into the reading, and we're going to see what's going to come out here for you today, Sagittarius. All right, let's see what's coming out here for you, Sag. All right, so we're going to take those two cards. At the bottom of the deck, you have Scorpion. So you could be dealing with a Scorpio. You can have Scorpio in your chart. This is also passionate or passion. We're going to talk about that because this could be love, passion. This could also be your drive. You being very driven. So that could be a good thing. But either way, we'll talk about it in a second. One of the first cards that came out was leadership. This is so good. Really, really good here. Leadership. Now you guys are going to work, right? Or you will be working. This is you calling shots, or will be calling the shots, okay, with your whole, job, maybe your own business, that type of thing. And so this is a lot of responsibility, I will say. This is today's energy. So some of you are like, I'm not a boss, I'm not a supervisor, I don't have my own business. Okay, well, it talks about you taking the lead to get things done. And so I definitely see that this is going to be heavy responsibility for you guys today. And it doesn't mean it's going to be a lot of responsibility. It just means that a lot of you have your own hair shop, right? You have your own salon, you have your own barber shop, you have, you're the team lead. You are, and even if you're sitting at home being a team lead on a computer, right, at your 9 to 5, you have your own business in some way, shape, or form. But either way, I see that people look up to you. That's basically what this is saying. This is outside of work and career. A lot of people look up to you, Sagittarius. That's what I see. Now, the next card that's coming out here is repression. Okay, I wanted a card like this to come out. Okay, I did. I wanted a card like this to come out because it's telling me your feelings and your mood. This is the most Sagittarius card in this deck because you see how, the crocodile is going beneath the surface of that water. But if a person was to swim in this water, usually a person wouldn't even know that they're in danger. Okay, because the crocodile is going to go so far below it that you can't see it. Usually a person that's trained, they'll be able to see the bubbles that come up, that type of thing. But you won't be able to see that there's danger underneath. And so for a lot of you, I see that there is some kind of repression, like you're pushing things down. And we're going to get into the reading. We're going to find out why that's happening. And of course, it doesn't have to be anything crazy. Maybe you just have to you just have to stand strong. You got to feel like a woman. You got to feel like a man in order to get through your day. You just have to push things down. But we're going to see what that could possibly be a little bit later. But today, this is what I'm saying. And it's today's energy. I'm not saying that it can't be tomorrow's. I'm not saying that it can't be next week. But today, this is what I am targeting for. What is happening with you today? So there is something, hovering around, but you're trying to press it down. You're trying to keep it, trying to keep people from seeing the true you. Maybe there is anger, and that's possibly what we're seeing with passion, right? Maybe there is some irritation or aggravation that you could be feeling. Maybe you just don't feel like being bothered, that type of stuff. But they have to be careful with this energy. People have to be careful with you and that energy, okay? Because sometimes the Scorpio, they, what they say about Scorpios, like it can be poisonous, right? Like you can harm somebody with just biting a person, right? So the person can fall out dead somewhere. So this energy is very lethal, but that has been built up over time. That's what the whole repression card is basically saying. It's been built up over time. It's not like you've become this type of person like overnight. There's been things that you've been dealing with that you've just been pushing down and pushing down and pushing down. And, you know, that's there for a reason. Now, it's not saying that it has popped up yet. It's just saying that it's there. But let's go ahead. Let's keep going. We're going to get into some more oracles we haven't used. We've been using these, so we're going to get into some more. And we're going to see what's coming up out here for you, Sagittarius. Oh, DNA. I didn't take it only because 2 came out. I want to take it. I want to take it. It was only 2. For some reason, I thought it was 3. DNA is your child, your children, your family. Okay, your you know, the people that inherit things. This could also be, you know, who you got your DNA from. Okay, so we have to find out, is there something within the family that you have inherited? Has it been a medical condition? Has it been a spiritual gift? Okay, has it been gifts, talented gifts, being able to sing and write? Okay, is it dealing with you guys know the other stuff, right? Like, you know, we talked about the mental issues, the health issues that some of you guys are dealing with, gifts and stuff like that. But like I said before, this could be family in general that could be causing issues for you, or maybe not. Okay, because like I said before, here with this whole repression, is this something that you are not saying to a mother, something you're not saying to a child, okay? Or other people don't know about. Other people may not even know anything about what's going on because it's kept within the family. So we do see this whole DNA thing, okay, showing up. We're going to get to that in a minute. Of course, we'll find out what that means here for you. Ooh, there's that grenade. Oh, we just said it, right? We just said it with the repression. We said it here with the passion. You're like, come on. Yes, no more. I want it to be a happy reading. Remember, I'm only going off of what you could be experiencing. Because, see, I didn't get your reading yesterday. I got y'all reading at the end of the day. I didn't get y'all reading in the morning. Something could have ticked you off yesterday in the morning. It was Monday. You get what I'm saying? So, wait, no. Was it a Monday? Yesterday was Tuesday, right? No, yesterday was Monday. That was correct. Okay. So I didn't get your reading yesterday. So I'm not sure what you dealt with during the weekend, or what happened on the weekend, or maybe what happened yesterday at your job. But either way, it says explosive events, maybe conflicts and arguments, that type of stuff. Things that you have to overcome. And the thing is, it came out with family. And I'm not saying it's only family, y'all. I'm not saying that it's only with the family. I'm saying that based off of what I see, it could be, okay? It could, like I said before, it could be something that's very tense, dealing with your like health conditions, that type of stuff, dealing with blood. Maybe you guys are anemic, okay? And you're tired, and you just need a push, you need a drive, you need something like that. That's something that I can see here too that could be an issue. Let's see. This is for Sagittarius. I heard dealership. Some of you guys are trying to get a car. Okay, I heard dealership. Something dealing with a dealership. Here you guys have arrow. It says movement, direction, achieving goals, reaching your target, okay? And that's what I see. But there could be a person around you who is very stubborn. They are uncompromising, okay? But you do have bull, which is representative of Taurus, which is the second house. We've talked about your money before and how it's going to improve. But I do see that there's things that you're going to be facing. Here with stubborn, we talked about that here with the grenade. Stubbornness is obstacles, whether it's a person or a situation. It is obstacles that you've been trying to overcome, okay? But let me tell you one thing about the grenade. If there is something standing in the way, usually when you notice in army, you know, movies or videos or something like that, what they do is attach these little explosive devices on the wall, okay? And then they don't even have to light it, right? They just attach them, and then they'll just hit a button, and then it explodes, right? And then all of a sudden that barricade, whatever it is that has been in the way of them entering something, they're able to get through. And that's what I kind of feel like with this grenade, okay? It may be a very messy job, right? It may be very loud, okay? It could be one of those situations that you didn't want it to happen, but I do believe that it's going to open a way for you in some way. It's almost like a breakthrough. So it may be, you exploding off on your girlfriend or your boyfriend, okay, because they've been taking advantage of you, or your spouse or your family member. And you need to be able to just finally get it out, and sometimes it's just a good cry. All right. So some of you guys, through this breakthrough here, there's going to be movement after that. So whatever situation that has been very stubborn, it's been hard for you to overcome, and it could be a heart situation. You guys got heart here, right? There's the emotion that I just talked about, because again, we're talking about, pushing everything down. That crocodile is in water. Water talks about emotion. And we're saying pushing everything down because you don't want to feel it. You don't want to feel it. You don't want to actually face those feelings because it hurts, right? Because the heart talks about things that are very hurtful to you. And some of it does have something to do with love. Someone that just constantly just keep on doing things. You want them to love you so much. And sometimes this happens with family members. You just do so much for them and they're just not appreciative of it. Okay. Now, so what we're going to do, we're not even done. I want to kind of use these oracles a little bit because you guys are a little bit more attentive to it. So we're going to go ahead and get into another oracle deck. Now, I'm not really sure how to read these. Okay. So what I want to do, give me some time to kind of hone in on the message. These are pretty simple. Some of you guys have blood pressure issues, y'all. You see, anything that materialize in the spiritual is going to, anything that's in the spiritual is going to materialize in the physical. So when we were talking about the repression and pushing things down, you think that that's not affecting you on the physical level. Yes, it is. And I see it. And I've mentioned it before, right? I've mentioned it before. So I do see here for some of you guys, there are, this is more so circulatory system, okay, is what I see. Some of you guys are having circulation issues, that type of stuff, numbness, is what I'm saying, or what I'm hearing, numbness. But again, when I saw that DNA, I'm like, okay, some of you guys actually really are inheriting some type of issue, possibly from family members. You probably do need to go to the doctor. We're going to see how you're going to be. I'll be able to see that as well. Let's see. This is for Sagittarius. All right, let's see. First one that came out here. Blends in, not easily noticeable. I mean, could there be people copying you? Yes, but that's not how I read these cards. Not necessarily. There's an older woman that I'm picking up here. I don't know if this is a mother or a grandmother, but I'm definitely getting, and someone who has heart issues. I don't know if you're taking care of this person, but I definitely see that there is a parent or someone older that seems like, I'm not saying they're in a debilitated state, but I definitely see that there is someone here who may have some issues. Okay, because I'm seeing it's like a gray-headed person, and it feels more so like a feminine. All right, let's keep going. I love this whole on a mission and going somewhere. Now that goes back to that arrow. So for a lot of you, again, I see you guys either driving on the road. This could be, you do this for a living. This is something that you guys have been wanting to do, because I do see that some of you guys could either be dating someone that drives, that's a truck driver, or does something dealing with driving. I'm also seeing that somebody could be working at an airport. That could be a air like a stewardess, okay? But I do see that you guys, this is a lot of travel. International travel is huge with this card. So this is, to me, not just about you being focused on your goals and career. That's fine. But I'm actually seeing a lot of movement here, okay, with that dial, okay? That's what I'm seeing. I feel like somebody has been secretly, I'm not going to say they've been recording you, because vision is making me seem that you're being watched. Or there, maybe there's somebody on someone's camera. That could be a neighbor. I don't know if there is I'm trying to make sure. I don't want to say anything because I'm not the type of person to just blur out shit, okay? Let me pull again and see where that could be coming from. I don't know, because it looks like it could be on someone's camera, but it could be, it doesn't have to be. Maybe this could be somebody just watching you on the internet. But let me see. This is for Sagittarius. Let's see what this is. I do not blurt out stuff. Or you had two that popped out. Name drop. This could be Facebook. That's what it looks like, a Facebook thing. Yeah, somebody watching you from a fake page. Okay, someone does have some type of carpal tunnel, and I'm also seeing someone having vision issues. Someone needs to get some glasses. This is also causing you to have headaches, is what I'm seeing. All right, some of you guys be careful because a neighbor has a dog that can bite you, and you want to make sure you have a camera to pick that up just in case they do. Okay. Yeah, I'm seeing somebody gossiping here. I wonder if this is a family member. Give me a second. Let me see who this could be. Somebody done gained weight. Family member is definitely talking to you about that. So I'm saying here that for some of you, there's been some child issues, child protective issues here. Now, I don't know who this is coming from. So you guys take it for what it is. So I feel, I don't do based off feelings. Let me say that again. So I see that there's been some issues. Now, this goes back to, is there a, child that a child that you have by someone where you guys may have to go to court, because I see that there's possibly you are trying to get some type of protective order, or maybe you're trying to get a protective order because of the child. I don't know. Maybe you're trying to get protection from your child. I don't know. But I do see that there's a situation here where for some of you, there is a court issue that's going to be happening dealing with a child. Okay. So maybe you're trying to keep your wife, because the wife is not necessarily there all the way together, or this is happening with the dad or something like that. Okay, because I see that somebody is being mistreated or abused or being accused of that. Okay, some of you guys have been so stressed out. You have been losing weight and then gain weight and then losing weight and then gaining weight. That's what I see. This is more so because of stress from what I'm seeing. Let's keep going. Let's keep going, please. Exactly, sibling. So we talked about that earlier, that this could have something to do with a family member. So for some of you, you are, I think we talked about this yesterday. Did we not? Did we not talk about this yesterday? Because I did your reading in the afternoon. So your reading is fresher in my mind. And I think I kept saying something about a sibling, okay? And it says sibling rivalry, but that, that's when you're children. When you get an adult, then it becomes a problem, right? Because that sibling could be trying to keep you from getting your inheritance. That sibling could be keeping, shit up within the family, which here talks about that whole gossip energy. So for some of you, it could very well be, right? Or maybe you have children that don't get along. Maybe you have kids don't get along, okay? Now, this goes back to some other stuff that I see. I feel a very chaotic energy around you. And I'm not saying that it's an actual person. I see chaos. And it could be your environment. It could be the way because you haven't cleaned up your house or something like that. It could be something. Stop. Some of your kids are acting up in school without a doubt. Some of your kids are acting up in school, I see. Some of you guys are dealing with someone who's in jail. Now, I'm not saying that they're in jail for a long time, but they could be facing jail time, maybe 1 or 2 years or something like that, because it says petty crime. So for some of you, you're talking to somebody that's in jail, okay? You're like, oh, well, they're not a bad person. They're not necessarily that bad. They were only in there because they were selling weed, which could be true, I'm not even remotely saying that that's not the case. I personally don't believe that people should be in jail for selling weed, okay? I'm sorry. Now, all of a sudden, it's legal, okay? But I am saying that based off of what I see for some of you, that's the type of energy that I'm getting, that there is possibly someone that you're talking to that could be in jail because of that, okay? Maybe they have like another year or so left, all right? I also see there is someone in school that some of you guys may be talking to. Now, this talks about a schooling situation. Now, for some of you, there is someone who's going, maybe you are copying off for someone, or maybe you guys are needing to copy off for somebody in school. Be careful about that. Because that happens even with adults. They send stuff around and, you know, they tell them about the test or something. Be careful, because I do see that the school does have that monitored. Like, again, I keep talking about the whole vision thing. I do see that they're able to monitor that, okay? I do see that some of you guys are dealing with a police officer. Some of you guys are an IG model or some type of Instagram influencer, from what I am seeing. I'm also seeing that there's a lot of haters around you, or people who are pretending to be your friends and they're really not. And I constantly see that someone is being recorded. Now that goes back to what I was saying before. Are you on camera? Is this what you do for a living? Is this your job? You do this for your job? Now there could be somebody here that's actually a sex worker. That could be it as well. I'm just saying, because I keep seeing record, copy, and it's dealing with like somebody may have been recording someone and sending that to other people. So it could be it could definitely have something to do with, what is it called? What is that website called? Where they do porn and stuff? It could. I'm not really sure what it's called. Y'all gonna have to kind of tell me what that's called. And it's so bad because I have nothing to do with it. I don't know what it's called. So somebody's going to have to say it in the comment section. All right, let's go ahead. Let's get to the reading. I know one of you guys are saying it. Oh my God, I can't believe I don't remember that website. What is that website when people put porn on there? OnlyFans. Thank you, Net. OnlyFans. Thank you. Somebody could be taking your OnlyFans material and pass it around. Thank you. Thank you. That's what I was trying to say, right? Like, you're not getting profit off your OnlyFans, okay? There's other people who are taking your shit and passing that stuff around, and they're not being paid for it, okay? You're not getting paid for it. Let's get it here for Sagittarius. Some of you guys are dealing with a Sagittarius. There's also this energy that I'm seeing here with this, not Sagittarius, Aquarius. And this is also February. So again, we were talking about if somebody was locked up, there could be some kind of news where the person will be getting out of jail this February here. I'm also seeing that there's going to be some improvement in your money. So let's just say money has been very stuck. You guys have been not able to purchase certain things. You've been waiting for a certain type of settlement to come in. Here with this Aquarius energy, I do believe that by February, there could be some type of improvement when it comes down to your finances. Again, like I said before, a lot of things you're going to be finding out in February. A health issue in February, okay? This could also have something to do with you guys moving around that time. Oh, you may actually meet somebody. You can go on a date here with the Two of Cups. So one thing that I am seeing, that there's a possibility that some of you guys may meet in Aquarius, but something definitely is going to be happening by February. I'm also seeing that you could be meeting a water sign. So this is, again, go back to some of you guys are dealing with a Scorpio, Pisces, or Cancer from what I see. I'm also seeing if you have a business partner, if you guys are having a business partner, this business partner is going to irritate you or aggravate you this month, okay? Again, just make sure you guys are able to explain, you know, what you agree upon when it comes down to your business agreement, because I see somebody may not be following through on that agreement. I'm also seeing, like I said before, after March, I do see that your money is going to improve. And some of you guys are going to be doing this based on your own creation. This goes back to doing something on the internet. I see you guys are going to be doing something on camera, okay? Or maybe you're going to be working from home where you can start posting things and selling your product on Etsy, or maybe you'll sell a product on Amazon. It could be something like that. That's what I see. All right, be careful because there's people who are going to pick up on your material and they're going to create fakes, because that's all I'm saying. If you have some type of business product, there's going to be people who are going to create fakes. And that's a part of that whole OnlyFans stuff where people will screenshot it or something like that, and you don't get your money off of that, okay? Because I'm saying they're taking your material and passing it around, all right? Here you have the devil. Some of you guys are dealing with a Capricorn. Some of you guys are dealing with a Capricorn. Some of you are in a marriage that you do not want to be in, or you are in a connection, or maybe a contract. Or maybe it's a family member that lives within the house and you're like, oh my God, please get me out of here. I'm going to end up exploding. We talked about that whole repression earlier. And you guys are locked into something. Some of y'all don't even want to be at the job that you're at. Okay. And I definitely see that there's going to be an ending there. So some of you are going to end up walking away from that particular job. I do believe that just based off of what I see. Some of you guys definitely will be. I'm also seeing that there's a Capricorn that some of you guys are dealing with at your job that could be married, or this person could be married. Doesn't have to be a Capricorn, but they could be married and they're flirting. Now I need you to be very careful with this, because some of you guys are flirting with the idea of flirting back. Okay. Oh yeah, this person is attractive. This person is good looking. Okay. They're the head of something. So, you know, I'm telling you based off of what I see, you got this stop here. You got to stop, because it's going to end up going in a direction that you don't want it to go in based off of what I'm seeing here. Okay. Feels like it could be a boss or someone who has a higher position here. Now here you got the Fool card. I love it. Some of you guys are going to end up having a child, or you're going to end up having a kid, okay? This feels like a baby. This feels like an infant. You could be dating someone who has a little kid, or maybe you have a little child, okay? And I'm seeing a new baby. I'm seeing a new baby, okay? Unless it's your business. I don't know. Maybe you're going to have a new baby, okay? And your baby is your business. But I do see some new energy here with this Fool card. And I just kept seeing something like an infant, okay? Unless you're taking care of a family member's child, that's an infant, all right? Told you, you got water pretty heavy in this reading. So going back again, that's motherly energy, all right, from what I'm seeing. Let me see if I can get another one off this. This could be, yeah, I feel like you could be taking care of mom here with that Hermit card. This is dealing with health. There's a family member that you could be dealing with, again, like I said before, that could have health issues. You're being told, I'm telling you, you're being told to stop doing something. I don't know if you are drinking too much, if you're smoking too much or something like that. You're being told to stop doing something, all right? And I'm also seeing that for some of you, you're going to have to stop eating things out of plastic, okay? I know this for a fact that is true, but you're eating out foods or something that doesn't look like it's natural. And it's some things you're going to have to change your diet in, because I also feel like that is doing something to kidneys. It's something dealing with kidneys here. All right. I'm not diagnosing that. So just what I just said, don't say nothing about it. Just take it and move on with it. All right. Let's see. I'm also seeing something dealing with the bones. Now, some of you guys are going to have a procedure, okay, from what I see. And yes, I do see recovery here. If you guys are dealing with bone issues, anything dealing with the bones, y'all. I'm not going to say it has something to do with your hip. It has something to do with your leg. It's something to do with the bones. Okay, that's what I see. And I see that you guys are being told that you should have been exercising, or you should be exercising, and you will be doing that, okay? Let's see. I'm also seeing that for some of you, you guys have been displaced from some type of... I hope this is not future, but I see that some of you guys are going to be displaced from some type of disaster. I can't even say it's natural. I'm going to be honest. I can't say that it's natural. I'm just going to say it that way. Okay. I do see that there are some people who are going to end up being displaced, especially if you're near the water. That could be an issue for some of you guys. I don't know if you live, I don't know what area that's surrounded by water. It's a lot of different places that are. But if you are living near water, I do believe that there's going to be a relocation here for a few of you. All right. Siblings again. Some of you guys just have siblings in general that could be just very problematic. I mean, I don't know if your sibling in general deals with the occult or something like that. But some of you guys may have a sibling that may be doing that here from what I'm seeing. Now, you guys have earth energy again. We talked about Capricorn, Taurus, and Virgo here. So between water and earth is what I'm seeing here for you guys. Now, I see a new home for you, okay? So again, like I said before, if you guys have been experiencing some type of issue when it comes down to your money, I definitely see the improvement here. You actually have prosperity energy, okay? Prosperity is what I'm getting here for you. So this is really good based off of what I'm seeing. So you're able to go out and buy a new home. You're able to go out and buy a new car if that's something that you guys are needing to do or wanting to do. That's what I'm saying here. Okay. Ooh. All right. I don't really put that card up there. Some of you guys have been at that place where you didn't want to be here anymore. Okay. Because you have been very stressed. Or maybe you've been having those type of thoughts, that type of thing, okay? Because we have a lot of water in this reading. We've talked about that whole repression. There is that whole stop thing is you guys need to get some type of help with someone. If there's someone to help you, you're being told to reach out. The whole reading is basically talking about that because we talked about the health issue, right? Remember, we said in the beginning, it could be something that was passed down on to you from your family, okay? That could be it. Your genius nature could have been passed on from your, from your family. Some of you guys are extremely smart, okay? Yeah. And I'm also seeing that some of you give really good advice, but sometimes if people try to give you advice, you take it to the chest a little bit too much. Not everything that people say, they have bad intentions towards you. So I'm just telling you, don't get offended too quickly because of it. I get it that you guys have been around bad company and you're a little paranoid, but I'm just saying, okay, not everybody is out to get you. Here you also have this card that talks about flirting with others. Now, some of you guys are dealing with someone who flirts with someone in your fucking face, okay? And it's not funny, but I can tell you before, that whole devil, like I said before, somebody is flirting with somebody and they are together, full blown. Somebody knows that they're with somebody, okay? I'm not saying this could be you, okay? Like, they flirt with you and they're also flirting with other people. Like, some of y'all are like really dealing with players or dealing with dogs, okay? That's what I'm saying. I do see that a few of you guys could be dating someone who could be famous or somewhat famous, whatever you want to consider famous to be. Some of you guys are. I'm also seeing that some of you guys are thinking about getting some type of plastic surgery. I saw that earlier, okay, because when I say a procedure or some of you guys are going to have a procedure, I actually saw that dealing with some type of plastic surgery, and you may not get it over here in this country. So just be mindful of certain types of prevention if you go overseas, okay? Let me go ahead and want to pull one last card. This is what I'm going to be pulling for today. And this is going to be for Sagittarius. Be careful getting bit by a dog, okay? Here with new sexual partners, be careful too when it comes down to your sexual intimacy. Okay, I just want you guys to be careful about that because, again, we talked about health, okay, and this feels like we talked about DNA. Remember, we saw DNA, all right? So we don't want anything to bite you or get something that bit you and bite. This is going to bite you in the ass, right? Because if you don't protect yourself, especially if you're dealing with a player, baby. Okay, so it's not necessarily a in love person, but this does talk about a new partner. So make sure you guys are going to be protecting yourself moving forward. All right, this is what I have for you here, Sagittarius. Thank you guys so much for coming back to my channel. And again, if you guys are interested in a personal reading, all that information is down below in the description box. All right, I love you guys. Talk to you later. Bye.